Dude, he crushed so hard that people still talk about that crush. No, I got
Tepid laugh.
it got a few exhales out of the nose, which I'll take. It's noise.
Yeah.
And
It's something.
Really
There's
just-
an art to
high art.
doing a show that you interject in
Yes.
Yes.
with a god mic
Takes incredible skill.
and incredible patience as the performer.
Well, that's what Set of the Night is, right?
They interject.
A little bit, a little bit.
Well, you need
a
great
little bit.
hosts, and it's also what Roast Battle is.
No, that's exactly what roast battle is. Yeah.
Roast Battle is it remains a very solid show because of Pat Barker and Brian Moses being very good at
Yeah.
off the cuff stand up comedy or just comedy.
Yeah.
I agree. It's also why Drunk New Jokes got out of control to where it is right now.
Yeah.
I've only been there twice.
And look, I have nothing but good things to say about Drunk New Jokes.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite shows
Yeah.
in LA, if not my very favorite.
To watch, it's a spectacle.
It is, but the thing was, it started out where it was just like one person with a god mic interjecting now and then, and now it's like
Who was that?
It's
like,
Aldous. It's just Aldous.
Yeah, it's just Aldous,
Uh-huh.
and now it's like there's like sound effects or like a whiz bang now
Yeah, yeah.
for some reason. Like
Oh, really?
Or like you'll be in the middle of a joke and they'll drop like a bruh
Yeah.
fucking like sound effect.
Oh my god! And
It's-
they'll pop a fucking firework.
Yeah.
They got too many people. I want to go up there and be like, "You ever heard the phrase too many cooks in the kitchen?"
Yeah.
because there are like 8 people.
It evolved into what it should be, but I loved it at where it was. Does that make sense?
yeah, yeah.
Like I loved being
He's-
in the
he's-
beginning days of that.
He's one of the few people that has been able to pull off a theme show and do it well.
Yes.
Yes.
I've seen other themed shows that did like 1 or 2 shows and they just tanked.
It's so hard.
They tanked.
The only way to get it good is to do it over and over again
Yes.
and find it. And the only way to do that is to do bad for a
Yeah.
while. And you can't do bad for a while in a show and continue to sell tickets. People will just stop.
yeah,
coming.
And the thing with Drunk New Jokes was that they did well for a while and then transformed into like the ultimate version of what that show should have been,
Yeah.
which it is now.
It's a frat party.
It is its ultimate form right now. It is the best it's ever been. Right
yeah.
now.
I did it. Yeah, I did it once. I did like a real spot, and then I got like a bucket pull the second time.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're so much fun.
It's fun, but it's not stand-up comedy.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
like
it's
it's
a-
an event.
It's an event. It's a spectacle.
And that's what a theme show is. Like that's what Riff Raff is, you know, that
Yeah.
show at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
That's even kind of what Roast Battle is. Right?
Oh yeah, roast battle's not stand up.
Yeah. And then there's like a whole thing that's happening where that sells more tickets cuz, you know, I guess people in LA are sick of regular stand up, but that's not true. But like people are
think
starting to
it's
do
just
theme
cheaper.
shows and then sometimes they sell like Mike Falzone, who, if you know me, you know that's the person I look up to a lot as a producer. His big show is Surrounded Crowd Work. Mm-hmm. It's a crowd work purely show. Great advertisements for that show. It just says, "You are the material," right? And if you're a regular lady in your living room and you see that on Instagram, you're like, "Fuck, I'll try that out. I'll go buy tickets to that show. Fuck it, I'll be part of a stand-up comedy show." It's brilliant marketing. But to make a show like that actually be good takes so much skill
Yes.
that you can't just be trying it out. Like you really have to be good at that thing.
Yeah.
But it takes a certain kind of comic to do well there, I think.
For sure.
I've had some bad sets at Drunk New Jokes. Mm-hmm. Some bad sets. Is it?
But you've also had one of the best sets ever at
Yeah.
Drunken Jokes. Yeah.
Because I wasn't interrupted.
Was that the one that we were on?
That was the
together?
first one, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
weren't we on that together, or was it me and you?
I don't remember, shockingly, a lot of my sets on
don't
Drunk
remember.
New Jokes, but
Maybe. I think we were both on. We were all. At some point, all of us were on the same.
I
All
think it
this was
the-
always
I was on
trying
the
to.
second Drunk New Jokes, and I remember one of the two of you being on it.
That was me. I did no shots.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
That's
one of the
set you're
big
talking about.
no-shot sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
With Panagos had another one,
Yeah.
right?
But that was because there was no sound effects and there was no.
Yeah, yeah. It was just Aldous.
Yes.
It wasn't even other judges.
Yeah. Which.
It was only the second one they did, yeah.
Yeah. Which was great because I think it was just him calling the shots.
Yeah.
But my last.
Literally.
Not my last one. My last one a couple weeks ago, I crushed. Just because I did like a guest spot, like Hayden and I were just there. We we got called.
How
up.
long was the set?
Like 2 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
I did like
it
two
was like a
jokes.
bucket pull spot.
Yeah, I did like 2 jokes.
Did you do new jokes or just? Okay, nice.
But the one before that, I was like on the lineup, and
5 minutes.
yeah,
New jokes.
yes, and I was in a setup, and
Yeah.
someone popped a firework, and I was like, "What?" And I try to get back into my joke, and
Yeah, it
then
didn't work.
they play the wah wah,
Yeah.
and I'm what? And just that's not my thing.
Right.
But to the audience, they loved it.
Yes.
They were
Yeah.
going crazy.
No, all this is. I mean, he does that for a living. He's a marketing
Yeah.
guy.
Show, yeah.
It's perfect for the audience. They were going like, "Oh my god, they're fucking this guy up."
Yeah.
But as like a joke guy,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, "This is not my thing."
yeah.
Right.
So I love it I love it just from afar, you know.
Right. Every time I've only gone twice. Both times I've gone, I went up, and I had a very fun time both
Yeah.
times. You know, and all this he was when he was doing Jester's Court, he was always trying to do some fucking alt thing on Jester's Court,
Yeah.
and
What do you mean by that?
he was like, "What if he was literally pitching? I think he was pitching drunk new jokes for a Jester's Court, like when we were starting Jester's Court together."
Gotcha.
And me and Nick were like, "Nah, we don't really want to do that." And then he branched off and he did his own thing, and he just really showed us that that
works.
idea had some fucking juice
I mean,
behind it.
it's
Yeah, yeah.
great. It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
I have nothing but good words to say about that show.
Yes,
It's
I mean-
it's one of LA's gyms.
All this is a fucking smart dude,
It's a
dude.
good way of wording it, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a fucking underground, cool ass fucking show, and it's very fun to watch. If
It's
you're
punk
fucking
rock
watching.
comedy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like you're in the scene. It
Yeah.
feels like it's like, oh yeah, we're in like the underground scene and
Like-
we're fucking cool.
Like, could you
and-
imagine someone that's like never been to a LA stand-up show before,
Yeah.
and then they go to Drunk New Jokes and they go, "Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Jesus
what?"
Christ.
Behind an arcade.
That makes it
Yeah.
so much better. It's behind a fucking coin laundry and
Yeah.
That's
an
the thing is,
arcade
like,
and a liquor store. And
then
it's
Who's
really
gonna?
nice.
I wish that like. Will like a venue take that show?
Yes.
I think
Liability is a concern, but yeah.
that's
That's
the
what I'm
only
saying.
thing. That's the only thing.
Like if somebody does that show, bombs, drinks 8 shots, then hits someone on their drive home.
So that's why they got the waivers now.
They got the waivers that are.
I've had this conversation a fucking billion times. That show deserves to be in the Belly Room. It
Yes.
deserves to live in a place like the Belly Room.
Yes.
It'll never get there.
Fuck.
It's too just
Yeah,
it's
there's-
too litigious, man.
they would have
Ooh,
to.
what?
like-
Honestly, that's sick.
This liability. They can't.
The
think
fact that it's stuck at Flashback is kind of dope.
yeah, well, that's the most punk rock element of it. If it
Yeah.
was in the belly room, it's no longer punk rock.
but
now
it-
it's.
It just needs to
now
find a
it's-
place better than
now it's-
Flashback.
Yes.
It deserves a,
Well,
a more
I like
prestigious
Flashback.
venue,
I like it too.
but the store will never have it.
But the thing is, if it was at the store, it's no longer punk rock. Now it's on the billboard. Fucking, you know what I mean? It's
But
not,
yeah,
You can
yes,
still be punk rock
Yes,
at
but
that
it
point.
would
Yeah,
it would
I'm thinking
fucking kill.
like alt. Yeah, I know.
Yes, though. But it would fucking. I mean,
Yeah,
that would
yeah.
be a staple show.
I'd compare it. It's the closest thing.
It
to,
would
like,
be.
what we have to like what Kill Tony.
Yeah,
was, like, a
that's
decade ago or
crazy.
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It's like it's an original born and bred idea in like the ground seed of like open mic comedy in LA that grew to be. We don't even know what it is gonna be.
Yeah.
Yet. But
The only issue is that there's alcohol involved,
yeah, that's the
and
problem.
there's also like there's not like a. You can't base it off anything. It's just like,
Like
whether or not you
litigiously,
bomb.
could say that the guy was forced to drink alcohol.
Yeah, it's like and like was he or like what? You know, it's shitty. It's,
Right.
It's Fugazi.
yeah.
No, but props to him for pulling that off. I mean, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.